Once again, Rebecca Thompson of Earth Science Labs joins Blythe Sales for our business development series. In this session, she'll be discussing why certain performance chemistries outperform other chemicals. She'll discuss an algicide on the move and its molecular makeup. She will also discuss the benefits of enzymes, as well as introduce a new product, Cya Down. Please welcome Rebecca Thompson.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Thompson, and as Sarah said, I'm with Earth Science Labs, and I am going to discuss our performance chemistries line this morning. With Earth Science Labs, we have a performance chemistry line that currently has 4 products in it. We have our Metal Shield, Algae Shield, NZ and Cya Down. Algae Shield is a algae killer as well as an algae preventative. It is a copper-based system that it works different than other copper-based algicides in the way that our copper is chelated. Our copper is chelated from the inside out. Most coppers are chelated by being wrapped up, and then to kill the bacteria or algae, the chelation has to open so that the copper can touch it and then closes again. Also, as that copper molecule is in the water, if you super shock your pool, that chelation can open up and the copper falls, which is what causes staining. Our Algae Shield is chelated differently, is chelated from the inside out. So the copper is out there ready to kill and touch the algae as it's moving through the water. There's also a water molecule surrounding this. So as the algae is moving through as the molecule is moving through the water, it's killing, and it does not sink to the bottom of the pool. We don't make copper, we make copper work better. Algae Shield is a once-a-month treatment. If you're using it for a preventative, it is 1 ounce per 1,000 gallons, 1 time a month. If you're using it as a killing mechanism, it is 2 ounces per 1,000 gallons. The majority of the algicides on the market say that if you get an algae bloom while using this product, switch to a different algicide. Ours says to just double dose. The difference is the service companies and the service people don't have to carry multiple algicides on their truck. They can just carry Algae Shield, and if there is an algae bloom, double dose it. We do have an algae-free guarantee, as you can see by the little bubble. And with this, we take the retailer completely out of the circle. So you're not out any money. You're not giving that customer anything. The customer calls us. There's a phone number on the back of the bottle, and we will walk them through a few steps. If we're unable to clear up their algae, we will send them a check. All they have to do is provide us a proof of purchase, and we will send them a check to replace the bottle. So that way you're not out any money up front. This product is great for winterizing because of the way the molecule is made up, and it not sinking. It continues to move in the water. Copper has 2 positive ions, and our chelant has negative ions. Positives and negatives attract to each other. Positives and positives, which you have this extra positive out here on the outside, positives to positives repel. So it's constantly moving in the water, even when the system is shut down. So there it keeps moving and killing after the pool is closed. It will stop, of course, if the water freezes, but once the water thaws, it starts moving again. So it will protect that pool all winter long if we have a mild winter, or if we have a bad winter, but your customer doesn't open up early, then that will help protect that pool during the start of the season. These are a couple pools, 3 pools that were treated with Algae Shield, sorry. These pools, as you can see, have severe algae problems in them currently. After being treated with Algae Shield, these are those same three pools. There are other pictures. I have pictures of above ground pools that have been treated with Algae Shield that have gone from, an absolutely horrible looking pool to, a pool that's kind of cloudy because you can see the dead algae, but it just takes longer to circulate out. And I get asked all the time, can I use Algae Shield and shock with chlorine? Yes, you can. It's safe to go as far as a double shock. I recommend if you're going higher than a double shock, you do it at the opposite side of the pool. So if you're doing, a triple shock because of how bad things are, put your Algae Shield in on one side of the pool and put your chlorine shock in on the other side. Metal Shield. Metal Shield is our metal stain and metal remover all in one. It is phosphate free, which, as you can see, we've put at the top of our list because it is very important that it is phosphate free. A lot of your stain and scale products have phosphates in them or orthophosphonic acid. So at the same time that we are helping our customers, we are hurting them. With this product, you don't have that issue. It does lift the stain off of the surface of the pool and sequesters the metals all at once. With a lot of your stain removers, you have to go back and put a metal remover in afterwards. This product does it all. So it's a one-step product. It's 1 quart per 10,000 gallons. And it works extremely fast and extremely well. It also works on old stains. We've had pools that have had stains in them for years that it will lift over time. It's not something that's going to work fast if it's an older stain. It does prevent scaling. It wraps up a lot of the calcium that is in the water. It's safe for all surfaces. We have builders that are using this for startup on their fresh plaster new gunite pools. And it is very easy to use. There's no mixing, no dissolving. It's just pour it in the water. This is a 25-year-old fiberglass pool, and it had been treated with ascorbic acid multiple times. The stain would lift, but then it would come back. They would put in a stain remover or a metal remover, and then they would shock the pool and the stain would come back. After 2 doses of 1 quart per 10,000 gallons, 3 weeks apart of Metal Shield, the stain is completely gone. My counterpart swims in this pool on a regular basis. It's one of his friends, and he said that after a year, the stains never came back. And this pool is in Texas. This is a pool right outside of Pittsburgh in Charleroi, Pennsylvania. And the consumer opened his pool, and this is what he found. He swears that when he closed his pool, it was crystal clear. He had added a couple different items to remove the stain. He said the stain would come up, and within 2 days, it was back. And he said at times it even appeared to be worse than what it was when he started. I was in the store when he was in there talking about this stain, and I told him I would give him 3 bottles. It was a 30,000 gallon pool. I would give him 3 bottles to treat this pool with. All it was going to cost him was before and after pictures. So he gladly sent me these. And 2 weeks later, he sent me these. He is ecstatic with the product. He uses it now as a maintenance because it was an iron stain, and we figure it comes from his top-up water. This is a 350,000 gallon commercial pool in New Jersey. The top picture is a fresh fill, and that's what the water looked like coming out of the tap. He treated the pool with Metal Shield, and at 350,000 gallons, it was a lot of Metal Shield. At 3 p.m., he could already see a difference. And the bottom picture is 9 a.m. the next morning, and that pool was crystal clear. He was very concerned because this was a fresh plaster job, and he did not want to end up with any staining on the surface of this pool. NZ Pure is our enzyme. It is a pure batch, super concentrated enzyme. By pure batch, what I mean is our enzyme is bottled in the water that it is grown in. The majority of your enzymes are grown in California. They are then dried out, scraped into a cardboard box, and shipped to the manufacturer, who then adds water, rehydrates it, reconstitutes it, just like orange juice in the can, and puts it in a bottle and sells it. Well, ours is shipped to us in the water that it is grown in, and then we bottle it. This is the best oil and grease remover that I have seen. With this product, when my daughter was at home, her and her girlfriends would swim in the pool while I was gone. I travel a lot for work. They would swim in the pool while I was gone. I would come home to the black scum line around the pool. My skimmer would be absolutely disgusting. We brought in NZ Pure and started testing it. I put NZ Pure in my pool, and I never came home to a black scum line again. I decided I wanted to really give this product a test, so I did not clean out my skimmer when I started using the NZ Pure. So when I checked my pool 2 weeks later, my skimmer had gone from black to gray, and in a month, my skimmer was white. If you have a pool that is near an airport, I definitely recommend using this product. It will take the jet fuel that is expelled from the planes coming down completely out of the water, so you don't get that shimmer on the top. And also for pools that are near an interstate, a highway, where you get the exhaust from the semis or just cars going past, it also will help take that off as well. I treated a pool in Illinois just this month that they had used the professional strength enzyme from another company. And he said that the water looked better. It just wasn't there. And so I got him some NZ Pure. He used it in his pool and he was extremely happy. He just sent me an email telling me how great the water looked after using NZ Pure, and it was just sparkling a lot better than what it had before. NZ Pure does consume the things that the bacteria or the issue that is going in, the molecules. It does not take it into the filter, so it does extend your filter life. It does reduce the maintenance on your filter. With this one particular pool in Illinois, it was a DE filter, and he had not been completely charging his filter because it would clog up too fast. When he started using NZ Pure, he said he completely charged the filter and the pressure went up to 30 pounds. He was concerned because it was going to be back to the pool for 2 days. When he got back to the pool 2 days later, the pressure was still at 30 pounds and the pool looked so much better. So he was very comfortable using this product and very happy with his results. Cya Down is a product that we just introduced this year. It has been tested here in the United States as well as in Australia. And it is a cyanuric acid reducer that does work. There are a couple of different products on the market that reduce cyanuric acid, and I have heard all kinds of negative things about these products. These products do work if they're used correctly. And the problem is with the other products on the market, you have to maintain a 0 chlorine residual until the product is finished working. Well, it also works better in warm water. So here we are in the middle of summer and you're using these Cya removers and you can't have any chlorine in the pool. Well, what happens? Your pool gets cloudy. You or the consumer then shocks the pool, and that kills that enzyme right away. So it's not finishing breaking down the Cya. So the cyanuric acid goes back up quickly. So people think that the product doesn't work. Our product works, and it works with a 1 to 3 part per million chlorine residual. At 1 to 3, you get your optimal removal. I use this product on my pool. My cyanuric acid was above 100, and I did not test it myself because I wanted, testing that was not going to, my boss wasn't going to say, oh, wait, you did that. So I took it into 2 different pool stores. At one store, it said my cyanuric acid was 160. At the other store, it said it was above 100. Same thing, 160 is above 100. So I did 2 doses of Cya Down. I have a 26,000 gallon pool, and I poured in 3 bottles. The dosage on this is, if your cyanuric acid is below 100, it is 1 quart per 10,000 gallons. If it is above 100, it is 1 quart per 7,500 gallons. So I put in three quarts. I did again in 3 weeks. I put in 3 more quarts. I did not take it in to have it tested. That was my bad. But then when I took it in at 5 weeks, the first pool store, which said that it was at above 100, said my cyanuric acid was at 6 parts per million. The other pool store that said that it was 160 parts per million said my cyanuric acid was at 5 parts per million. That is above normal. We don't really expect it to drop that low, but my pool, I had a chlorine residual of 1 or less. I had my pH and my alkalinity were balanced within swimmer range, and my temperature was 84 degrees. It is an enzyme, works better in hot water, so I do recommend using it during the summer or in the fall. It will work up to 8 parts per million of chlorine. We don't recommend that. Between 1 and 3, you're going to get your best reduction of cyanuric acid. At 5, it cuts that reduction in half of what you would get at 3, and at 8, it kills that enzyme. This is a non-toxic enzyme. There are no harsh chemicals added. There's no colors added. It is environmentally friendly, and it is compatible with all sanitizers. This is my contact information. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a contact or a call. And you can also reach out to anyone with Blythe Sales, and they can give you all the information that I just gave you. And we do have a very lenient sample program. So if you would like a sample of any of the products that I just went over, please feel free to ask, and we can make sure we can get you some. Thank you very much for your time.